So I'm eating goodies from our trip to the jungle gyms. Not healthy, but that's okay. And these are little gingerbread hearts. So a very typical German Christmas thing that people eat. I mean, some people make their own, but these are just things you pick up from the chains of people who make cookies. This particular brand is Balsen. They're a famous cookie brand. Or biscuits, BAHLSEN. Mainly cookies, not really chocolates. And they're absolutely delicious. They're dark chocolate covering the little bit of gingerbread, and inside is some kind of jam filling. And I love them. And they remind me of Christmas in Germany. So we just got one bag, and I decided, what the heck, I'm going to open it, eat some right now for breakfast on Friday, when this will go up tomorrow. I get so confused with the day before posting, but today is only the 12th, and that is good. And I'm having a bit of a pain issue with my big toe because of probably we're exerting it yesterday, and I've requested some medication for that. It's actually fine when I don't move it much, but that's a problem because you do have to move your big toe when you walk. But I think I'll manage. I'm looking forward to the day. I should take some picture outside. It's very snowy, a little bit of snow, and then we're supposed to get even more snow tomorrow. So yeah, winter is here. Talk to you later. Bye. Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Grimm-Vlogmas, which will be going up on Saturday, December 13th, and today's Friday. Yesterday, we had the whole big trip to Jungle Gyms and the little mini vlog that came out of that. And today, I am back at my desk working to enter the final grades. So all the grading is done. Now I just need to enter the grades. It was probably a little confusing because I said I still have to do some grading. It's more just sort of admin stuff at this point. And that won't take too long. It's just a little bit of printing out things and putting them in the right place and hiding columns on Excel. I hate Excel. I don't really do much with Excel, but I guess I should like it because I don't know. Let's not talk about Excel. And then after that, I have a whole long list of things to do. So today I just decided to write them in here like that. And some of them won't take very long. And then it gets into sort of the fun stuff, like putzing around with my journal, decorating my 5-year journal, neatifying certain aspects in the household. At some point I'm going to do laundry, but actually I don't think I'll do that today. Neatifying the candle station, somehow, I'm not sure how. And in general, just kind of neatifying, which is what I like to do. I still haven't submitted the claim for my mother's works, of course. That's just there, but it's fine. I'm watching the deadline. The deadline's not until March, but I'll do it before that. I also want to do some work, a little bit of planning or whatever, collecting of stuff for my commonplace binder. I have a little A5 binder that I got that I might upgrade to a nicer one from Filofax or something, but I won't for a while. I want to work with it in its present form first to see if I like it. And I can tell you why I went with a binder. It's because it's easy to take stuff out, basically, and move things around, and it's easier to organize things according to collections. So I haven't done much with that yet. That's just a sort of a project. And it's not even on here, but the main thing is it is here, read. I've had a little bit of a conniption, minor one, which it's sort of a reoccurring one, is the fact that I'm such a slow reader and I don't read much. Like yesterday was 0 again for the Zola. So one thing happened with the Zola was I was convinced, well, okay, let's just talk about this for a second here. My reading goal I set at 30 for the year, which is so low. But because of my work and the way I am, I can't even read a book a week. which to me is sort of what I want to aim for, is a book a week, 52 books. That seems like a fair, but for that, I'd need to up my pace. I just don't get enough read because I'm too frazzled. And then when I read, I get sidetracked and distracted like a lot of other people. So that's the typical problem that I'm having. And so yesterday I fell into I need to read a lot of short books to get my goal, which of course I could do, but I don't know if it's worth it. And then of course you sort of question the whole idea of having a Goodreads goal anyway. Because for me, as always, it comes back to the experience of the reading, not the amount of pages. And it has to be a joyful and enjoyable and uplifting and mind-expanding experience, which is why we read, right? I mean, me. And so for a while, I was thinking I should quickly switch to the Zola in English and read it more quickly. I think I probably would read it slightly more quickly. And the one plus is that I would have the access to the footnotes, easy access, because it's one of the Oxford ones where they give you little asterisks. The German has some footnotes, but they never tell you which. You have to look at the back to see where they are. There's no indication that there is a little footnote, and they're not very extensive. And so, but I'm actually enjoying reading it in German, and I feel like it would be sort of unfair or sort of disloyal to the reading experience to switch now to English. And it's funny how, of course, it's a book written in French, so that's why I don't know, I'm enjoying reading the German. I really like it in German. It's a good experience, even though it's very slow, perhaps a bit slower than in English, because I sort of pay more attention to the surface level of the words. And it's just he's just such a good writer, the way he describes sort of the power. It's about power. It's about this guy gaining power over people in a sort of perhaps sort of dark, not quite moral upstanding way. Like the main guy is this priest who comes to town, and he's almost giving sort of cult vibes, because the women all are somewhat sort of in his thrall, and especially the wife of the main man. And that's really interesting, and it's so different because Zola has never done this aspect of. He's done other sort of power things, but this kind of interesting, not creepy, but sinister person, perhaps sinister, perhaps not, probably. I mean, when I started reading it, it seemed almost Kafkaesque, the way he sort of infiltrated this family and then the space and the rooms, and then other people from his family came, and they're kind of a lower social status, but they're still in the house. So this whole other family is occupying the house of the first family, and this sort of almost Kafkaesque can't get away from them way. It's really interesting and well done, and I'm enjoying it. So who cares how long it's taking me? It doesn't really matter that much. I think for me, it always comes back to, if I'm not wasting time, it doesn't matter how long things take. The only thing where it gets sort of questionable is if I'm frittering away my time, which even there, I'm really good at rationalizing the fact that I waste time on the TikToks and whatever because of my chronic issues. And I think I make too many excuses and use it to excuse too much of my behavior. But there's always going to be there is always going to be a space for this sort of completely mindless stuff, because it does help me somehow mentally. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Maybe I'm making stuff up. Maybe I'm just being imperfectly perfect at all times, But I have a feeling, what my hope is when I'm less busy, the lure of the frittering away will be less, because I'll have other ways to sort of satisfy my, desire to just do silly things or whatever. I don't know. It's just a hope that I have, and I'm being vague. But so right now, let me get back to my work. And I really sort of, it's really pretty outside with the snow, but I don't want to take the camera over there because I want to stay in my work thing. And so I'm not going to do that. And I'm sort of slightly prodding my dear husband to go shopping today for some things to make some meals, since we didn't get a lot of that stuff yesterday. Although we have food, and we have a lot of food, lots of food. But because of the snow coming, even today there's going to be more snow, and then tomorrow there might be a lot of snow. I mean, like 4 inches of snow, which is not that much. I know it's not like but you know, we're in southern Ohio, but we get a lot of snow. I mean, we really do have 4 distinct seasons, and all of them, the summers are extreme too. So it's like the worst of all possible worlds. At least when we lived in Michigan, we had rough winters, but our summers were delightful and not that warm. Here it's like hot summers and cold winters. What you gonna do? It's at home. So yeah, that's it. 8 minutes blabbed, and I will report back at some point during the day. And I hope everyone's doing well. And thank you for bearing with me through the slog that is Vlogmas. Bye everyone for now. Hello on this another gray day. So I have officially handed in my grades, and am going to politely ignore the fact that my tummy seems a little upset. We're just going to ignore that, but it's not so bad. I'm convinced it won't be so bad. So I'm playing around with planners, and so the situation is, so I'm looking forward to starting this one for next year in January, so you know, in a few weeks time. And this is the cover that I got last year, and I do like it, but you know, there's only so much. Even I, you know, I didn't want to get the new one of Yumi Kitagishi this year, just because I wanted something different a little bit. And I still love this one. And the thing is, you can always go back and use them. That you switch out your covers as often as you want to. So what I wanted to do this year, and it hasn't quite worked out the way I wanted, is this is a new cover on cover 1. But I wanted to get the most popular cover that apparently is on the face of the planet, which is this beautiful ivy forest green with the minty inside. I thought that would look really nice with this cover on cover. And since that's sold out, and the only way, in the beginning, you could only get it with the whole big book, which of course I don't want. I want to go back to my undated kind of planning. So this black cover is one I had from the year before, or even 2 years before. It's kind of, I got it with a different cover on cover that of course I still have, but so this will be fine. I think I'm going to do this. I'll put this in here, and that'll be my planner for next year. It's a little bit of a pity because let me show you what I did. So I'm sure most people have forgotten completely, because why would you remember this? For a while I was in here before I decided to go back and use the big one for a little bit longer. And so like the first days of August, it's so pretty. Like I started going in here, and I was so happy to be back in this kind of actual undated planner where you don't have to worry about the dates being wrong. And I did my usual thing, as you can tell. And the main difference is that I can skip days and it looks fine. Like 9, 10, 11, 12 is very consistent. But then I had a gap from 13 to 16. Oh, I didn't even, then see, this is when I started going back to the other one. I may even have 2 entries from both days in here. I may have done this in the other one. So this is a bit of I was sort of thinking, oh, maybe I could use a different monthly or something and still go ahead and use this one. But that would mean that, you know, this will be out of sync with this new one that I have. So I think I'll just go back to have this as an extra place for whatever. And yeah, so that's just a little update. Let me see if I can open I can show you the Advent stickers that I've been getting. They've been really interesting stickers from the days that I haven't shown you yet. And I don't know which days these all are, but they're all very different, which is really cool. Got this sheet, which is really interesting. This one with a cool kitty. Like she's got a black kitty there, and there's another kitty. And then this, I know this, I follow this creator on Instagram, Grimm-Vlogmas. She's kind of does nature, mushrooms and stuff like that. Very pretty colors. And then this one I think I showed you. This one is pretty. This one's not really my style, but it's okay. And this one is really not my style. But you know what? I might find a use for it that's kind of like, I can't even tell what it is. It's like, well, the tree's pretty and the fountain's kind of cool. It's just not, you know, this is not always going to be something that you would go for. Now let's see, today is the 12th. So let me see where I'm at with opening these. Have I opened the 10th? Yes, that was the 10th. So let's do the 11th. Oh, maybe I opened 11. Looks like I did. Yeah, that was yesterday. So that's gone. And then we have 12 for today. With another little kitty. Oh, Oh my gosh, it's like, this is perfect. This is like hazelnut cats. That is adorable. Oh my gosh, I love these. I'm so glad I got this because it's like such different ones that you wouldn't, normally see anywhere. Oh, this is so cool. I love these. Cool. So yeah, that's my little update, and we're getting ready for an easy cheese bread dinner. And I just feel like if my tummy's upset and I got all these sort of interesting things to eat, what am I going to do? But we'll manage. And I will talk to you soon. That was just a kind of little impromptu update as I kind of go through stuff to do on my list over here. And I'll talk to you later. At least like maybe one more time for the end of the day. We'll see. Bye. Okay, Shirls, I think we're just gonna end the vlog for today here like this. Because she just jumped on me and it was already pretty long. So good night, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow. Shirley says good night too. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.